Everything in its power right now is trying to get me to not record, huh? It's crazy. Well, day 29, ladies and gentlemen, of the Super Unhinged Manifesting series, and yeah, I don't know what I'm going to call this video. It's going to be either make believe or letting go, and then depending on which title, the next video will be called the other of what I just explained. But it's I'm letting go. Like, to be honest, let's go with letting go. Over these past few days, I really came to the understanding that manifestation is instant and that we're really giving meaning to all of these things outside of ourselves. Now, I've known that for years because that's exactly how I started to master my mind and master my emotions and just realize that nothing is really personal. Everyone is really existing within their own bubble of reality, no matter what the rules of the game are, natural law or whatever, because that's really the only law I think everyone should abide by and go by. But, as in, if you jump off a building, I mean, if you have the craziest belief, I guess you'll be good. But, essentially you jump into the Grand Canyon and it's not going to be a fun time unless you have your mind unlocked to not experience natural law of gravity falling all the way down to your demise. So that's the only law I really think you should go by, or I guess God's laws in a way, right? But aside from that, it's just like all of this is really make believe. And I know I'm staying on the topic of letting go, and there's just, this is why I make my content and talk about the things the way I do, but I honestly need to let go a lot more because, man, it's so make believe. All of this stuff, even the ways people end up finding ways to make money, it's like you really just need to unlock and lock into your highest self, because it's like giving your life away to these 9 to 5s and everything, and just all this interviewing stuff and everything I see people talk about in these, algorithms. And just, I sometimes go through and look at different perspectives of different people's realities. And also when I observe them, I see exactly why they're also attracting the certain things that they attract. But I also see the collective agreement on like, oh, the economy's bad. And it's like, but knowing all we know about energy and power in numbers, why is no one just banding together to not do it? It's like having the conversation about how things are bad is part of the trap. But I've been saying this for years. Everyone is so focused on the issue, and it's like it's a Groundhog Day consciousness. You're gonna consistently just live the same day over and over to, until you kind of break out of the loop and be like, hey, maybe we stop playing the game. And I'm at the point where I'm like, wow, man, I see it now. I really am letting go. Like, I have no, and again, it works out for me because when I'm authentically myself in interviews and stuff, I always see that they go extremely well. It doesn't matter if I get the position or not. I know I changed someone's, perspective or shifted, and I was a great person for them to meet, because that's just how I treat every interaction. That's why these things never get stuck in my they never get stuck in my frame of mind and just like get me to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, applying to all these jobs is just like a humiliation ritual. It's like, no, it is what it is. It's, you're playing a system that's already been built in effect for years to, have people be the wage slave. So it's like it doesn't surprise me or knock my emotions out of whack, because it's just like, hey, if you're angry enough, build a new system or break out of it, or really use our God-given talent and energy as manifestors to break the system. And then I realized, man, you really, for the external reality that I observe, you really can't save anyone but yourself. And then, but it's sad, because then that brings me back to the point that it's like, and the thing is you will be doing this work while those around you, or sometimes people that you meet, or even sometimes what you view on social media, is the collective agreement that, it just is what it is. Don't quit your job, or this, that. And it's like, it's sad, because there's a whole other side and just department of people in life, in this video game we call life, not living by the rules. And I'm like, yeah, man, I see it now. And I see especially how these people are master manifestors, because it's like, fuck this system, seriously. Like, holy moly, it doesn't really matter, at the end of the day. Like, and again, these are all realizations that I've already had for years, but doing this series made me realize, like really realize how good I feel about going internally within myself and giving it to me and just letting go. The next part is really just that letting go of expectations and all these things that may come on to you from others. Not that I'm experiencing that now in this point in my life, but just like even the potentiality, like that can be something that gets stuck in your energy where, or like anxiety, where you think about the potential of people viewing you or about what you are and trying to put you in a box or something like that. And it's like, who fucking cares at this point, dude? We live in a mad world, man, of basically lost gods where people do not remember their own divinity and they get so triggered by their own insecurities and traumas to actually see the bigger picture and truth of what's going on in this reality. And that's just something I can't subscribe to. So I honestly don't give a fuck. If I seem narcissistic or God complex or all this, and I'm literally telling you to wake up to your own divinity, so be it, because there's just no point. I don't care about this system, and I realize for individuals like us, you know, the world, you know, there's this Christ verse that I like, and it's like, I am in the world, but I'm not of it. And you could take multiple breakdowns from it. But how I look at it as being someone who's awakened is because when you wake up to the truth of who you are, the actual world you're in is going to reject you because you're no longer of that. You're awakened. You're like an awakened being. So it's like now you walk the path of being a chosen one, because you chose to be the one. And again, for some people it's just innate that they were going to wake up, but you know, it's just funny, you know, it's like you really, when you're no longer of the world but you're in it, you have to operate by the new truth itself. You have to put 100% of your energy into you, and that's what I'm really recognizing about this. It's make believe, and I have to let go because there's still a part of me that, because I'm a master at manifesting and attracting energy in my life, I'm still putting so much efforting to making creation happen, when it's more of just letting go and not giving two shits and just existing within my frame of just being me. You know, like literally being like, I get paid to exist. I'm energy. I'm here to do this and be authentically me, and take the rejections from what I get rejected from, and take the opportunities of what I get offered, and move with it in, is the phrase move with it in stride, or take it in stride? I don't know what the actual phrase is, but hopefully I'm using it right. But it's, yeah, man, I mean, screw this system, bro. The system is us. Like, we are the Matrix. I'm not playing this thing's game anymore, and I see it trying to weed its way into me, especially when I'm at the end of my series and I've been going strong for 30 days. No matter the dips, ups, downs, lefts, and rights, I've been like, I'm all there is. I'm whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy as you are, and I'm here to be as God in human form, doing this shit, attracting the best life to me, like letting go. And I realize I don't care. Got to take the chains off. And I literally feel shifts in my body since doing this whole series. I was telling my cousin, but man, letting go, dude, I don't care. I am the job. I am the 9 to 5. Fuck these videos talking about like, oh, the job market is cooked and this and that. No, it's not. I just proved that. Doesn't matter how perceived long it took. I got it, man. Some people be manifesting for 8 months because it's dependent on the person convincing themselves that their inner world is the true world. And what I'm realizing is, damn, the thing that was muddy in my connection was that little bit of trying and efforting, because I'm over here still looking at the time frame because of other things, you know, like thinking about what certain people like perceive about my life. But it's funny because it's so subtle that I wouldn't notice it, because I genuinely don't care what people think. Even when I post online and how I am, sometimes I did move with a certain identity or mask, because it's like, I don't want to be saying the craziest stuff online. But I've let that go over the last few years, and I really don't care. But no, there's still like a little bit. It can be the smallest bit in your frequency that is just throwing something off, that if you can't identify it, don't try. But if you can identify that shit, deny it, and flip that motherfucker. Like, that shit is crazy. And I'm realizing for me that it's still the case, where, you know, I'm out here, you know, affirming and then taking, you know, what I assumed is natural action. But it just needs to be taking action, applying for anything and everything, letting go and being like, I'm in my true place doing this. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I have this super fucking easy job that's aligned with me. I'm doing this job allows me to do whatever I need to do in my personal life, etc., etc., etc. Say it and move on. And I'm realizing that, man, I'm just letting go. I don't care, bro. Like, I'm starting to realize more and more, wow, this system is really like engineered to try to trip you up, mess you up, have you doubting yourself, have you doubting the self, have you thinking like, man, I do got to keep this because of bills and this, that, and I got to stress, and keep you on the hamster wheel. Like, screw that, man. Screw that, dude. It's just enough's enough. It's time to go all in, and I don't really care who's on the other side of that. And the thing is, yes, I've been going all in for this whole series, but I haven't been going in where it's really like, oh yeah, it's either human consciousness or divine mind. There's no in between. You can't really ground yourself here. There's no place to ground in a world that's already illusionary. Where is there to ground? After you become aware of this reality and awaken, if you don't end up going fully into your divinity, you're gonna undergo shit like schizophrenia, seeming wild, seeming like you can't balance yourself or whatever, because you didn't give fully into the identity you truly are. Now, I've never fell into like psychosis or anything deep like that, but I'm realizing I see how people end up in it because they can't embody the frequency of what they woke up to. They were either trying to force awakening or something like that. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, I get why you should go fully in. And then it's like, yeah, still the external reality you're viewing will take care of itself. There's no reason to effort. That's why I've been fucking up. And I don't want to say fucking up as like bad connotation. I know what I mean when I'm saying fucking up. It's more like a happy mistake that is easy corrected. It's over. Like, it doesn't, this little fuck up or a stumble doesn't mean my whole shit's thrown off. I'm not manifesting X, Y, Z, 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 Z. It's literally just like an event that I can look at and be like, this still means I'm in my true place doing what I love to do. But now I'm realizing as I get to the end, and even the interview I just had with, the remote position for this company, I'm the prize. I don't care. I got the position in my mind. I landed it. I get every position that's offered to me. I'm still abundant, and I don't care. I'm claiming it. I'm done. I'm moving my man. Some little external event is not going to destroy my inner compass and my inner world. I am too powerful for this, and I've been in this game way too long, for way too many years, helping others do it. So no, I'm not letting this little inconvenience and collection of the algorithm try to pull me out of my frame. Like, I like my mind. I've been getting these little intuitive jabs to just stay off of social media altogether. Watch and make my videos that I gotta make, and then just hop off and let things grow in silence and grow in the background, because this scrolling, like, I don't even really doom scroll. I just be scrolling sometimes. And I realize the content I see, I almost get sick from it. It almost makes me sick. It's funny, and that goes to this whole identity thing and stuff really being, when you start embodying the new frequency of what you are, the thoughts, patterns, energy, actions, movements of that person comes. Because I just literally feel repulsed, like literally a repulsion from being on social media, like being on it, not in the way of creating my own brand, but scrolling. I'll see like 1 to 2 reels and I'll be ready to just get off. I'm like, oh no, I'm done. And it's wild. But yeah. So anyways, that's my whole. And if you're watching this and you're a dude in a company that wants to extend a dope ass position to me, let's go. Let's fucking work together, because I know I'm the prize and I know what I bring to the table, and I'm not letting this system get to me of this like, nah. I no. Sometimes I walk into some of these jobs being like, when they ask me, tell you a little bit about yourself, and I'm like, I want to be humble. Fuck being humble. See, that shit is really dangerous, and I talked about that word being bad for the higher identity if you can't separate, and not saying that I can't separate, but because of how heightened my awareness is, I realize what I'm doing when I'm being humble, because it's for other people. It's like I'm literally being like, no, let me not come off too proud or this or that, but it's like, why? only the literal programming that I received from pride, and it gets misconstrued with what confidence is that it's a sin. You can't be prideful, you can't be this, you can't be that. And I'm realizing, holy shit, the divine actually doesn't give a fuck. Life doesn't care whether you are or you're not. It cares about the energy you focus on. So if you're going to be self-deprecating, you're going to get a reality mirroring that. So I'd rather be proud, confident as fuck in my actions and what the divine has allowed me to see with manifestation, synchronicity, and all this, rather than to be self-deprecating after learning that. So fuck that. I'm stepping fully into my power, and this is exactly the result I knew was coming from the beginning of the series. It was done the day I claimed it. Now I'm just stepping into it, because fuck that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it and loved that, and I'm out. I'm tired of playing